Hey guys, welcome back. My name is MJ Clark and this is the Re-Viewpoint. Now today we're going to be reviewing an amazing movie, Wonder Woman. Now this movie stars Gal Gadot and Chris Pine and it was directed by Patty Jenkins. It is a phenomenal movie. I don't think we can really argue that, so let's go ahead and get right into this. Now, Wonder Woman as a character speaks to a lot of different people on the very fact that she is just an incredibly strong woman who has an incredibly strong sense of duty. And the one thing about her is that she cares about honor, integrity, and respect above all else. Now, she's raised in Themyscira in this women's society where there are no men. Men are not allowed to be there. Themyscira is basically hidden around some kind of force field in the middle of the ocean, somewhere in Greece or around Greece. Either way, it's an incredible location. I really want to hand it to the stage designers, to the set designers, the cinematographers for all the shots we get on Themyscira in this movie. It is incredible. The thing I really like about this film is that it doesn't rush straight through her origin in the beginning. It gives you time on Themyscira. You get to spend at least roughly the first 20 to 25 minutes of this movie you're spending on Themyscira with Wonder Woman as she's a child, as she grows up and trains under her aunt, as she begins to go through the motions of being a Themysciran warrior. And you get to grow an attachment to her. She is so lovely, such a kind-hearted character, a great person on this island who has respect for everybody, who essentially is just incredibly charming all around. Now, Gal Gadot really brings the character of Wonder Woman to life based on her charisma and charm alone, and having an all-around understanding of who the character at her core truly is. She is a warrior. And this movie is a very fish out of water tale because she doesn't stay on Themyscira much longer after the actual opening of this sequence, and in the first 20 minutes we kind of get introduced to a male character who accidentally journeys, unbeknownst to him, into the force field that does hide Themyscira. Now, Steve Trevor is a pilot portrayed by Chris Pine in this film. He's tremendous. He's got loads of chemistry with Gal Gadot. He's incredibly charismatic, incredibly charming, incredibly likable. He's just very funny, and he's kind of got this sense of bravado, but it's kind of false, and you can tell that he's trying to put on a brave face in a lot of this movie when he's faced up with Wonder Woman, seeing how incredible she is, and he's kind of trying to, muster up the most, manly man that he can. But all in all, he's not a coward. He's incredibly brave. And of course, he crashes on Themyscira because he is a US pilot during World War I being chased by a fleet of Germans. And in this sense, he washes up on the Themysciran beaches and he's found by Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Now, Steve Trevor is, of course, taken and captured because they don't know if they can trust him. He's a man. There's not supposed to be men on Themyscira. So they use the lasso of truth to basically interrogate him. It's a hilarious scene and probably one of my favorite parts of the movie, especially just how funny it truly does get. And there is some really good humor in this movie. I don't think any humor missed. I've seen this movie maybe 3, maybe 4 times, and every single time I've seen it, I feel like every joke landed and that I laugh every single time, no matter how many times I've actually heard it or seen it. Now, it's not too soon before the Germans that Chris Pine's character, Steve Trevor, was in fact evading, soon come to invade the beaches of Themyscira, and an all-out fight breaks out on the beaches. A lot of Themyscirans are killed by guns and weapons they've never seen before, and of course a lot of them take out the German soldiers. Now, Steve Trevor tries to fight with the Themyscirans to protect them and Gal Gadot. However, it doesn't go too well, and of course, unfortunately, the very aunt of Wonder Woman who did train her is killed while she protects and jumps in front of a bullet meant for Wonder Woman. Now, in the next few scenes, we of course come across Wonder Woman trying to find out who she is, that she is of course looking for a weapon called the God Killer so she can destroy Ares, whom she believes is sending all this war out into the world, causing these Germans to start this fight, having World War I be even a war at all. She believes it all comes down to Ares, the true villain, the person that she has been raised to fight against, and believes that he needs to be destroyed. So she looks for a weapon called the God Killer, and this of course leads her to set out of Themyscira with Steve Trevor in tow as they go back into man's world to hunt down Ares and destroy him. Now, of course, Chris Pine isn't totally sold on Ares, and so he follows Wonder Woman mostly through loyalty and curiosity, and just overall trying to keep her out of trouble, as he can't seem to really control her. And they go through a lot of different turmoil as they put together a band of soldiers, a ragtag group, you could say, that Chris Pine knows and trusts, and basically go to stop these bad guys and go on this mission to No Man's Land. Now, No Man's Land is probably the most important sequence in the movie. It is, of course, where we finally get the reveal of Wonder Woman's costume. This is one of the scenes in the movie where I sat in the theater and actually had tears come down my face, because this is the first time we were ever getting Wonder Woman live action, and this entire scene felt earned. I felt like we had earned to see this suit, the complete, unveiling of Wonder Woman, as she refuses to stand down from these automatic guns firing into No Man's Land, killing all of these troops, and she can't sit by and do nothing. So she goes out of the actual trench as Trevor tries to stop her and can't. She steps out into No Man's Land unafraid and completely filled with nothing but anger and grit. And you see her in all of the suit and all of her glory. As the first bullet whizzes by her, she does the iconic block with her bracelets. And she begins to sit here and take the full brunt of this actual onslaught of bullets flying every which way, pulls out her shield, and then proceeds to go in and attack the actual opponents that she is in face with, which leads into some of the greatest action I've ever seen in a straight one shot. I mean, this action is incredible. Gal Gadot herself, in real life, was actually trained in the Israeli army. So in real life, she is a certified badass. Now, she had to do 6 months of training to get in shape for Wonder Woman, but it's not as if she needed to actually get in shape. This woman is tirelessly a badass. As the movie wanes on, we come across some different plot twists, some Easter eggs, where it turns out that who they were chasing is not Ares in form of man himself as they originally thought. That becomes to be someone else entirely towards the end of the third act. I think the only issue I have with this movie is that the villain had to be so CGI. There was very weird mix of CGI and actual actor portraying Ares. I don't think a lot of that CGI on that character Ares himself landed. It did kind of feel a little uneven, but all in all, I think that the final act was jam-packed with action. It's an adrenaline ride. I think the best thing about this movie, even if you take away the things that you don't like about the CGI, or if the villain is a little, to be honest, one-dimensional, is the overall chemistry between Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman really does keep this movie afloat. They have this incredible rapport with each other, their jokes, their banter. You really care about this relationship, this friendship, whatever it is, because it feels like different things at different times, even though there is an overall arching feeling of romance there. It does not feel forced, and I cannot explain that enough. I think that the way that the pacing was done with their actual overall interaction was done seamlessly. There was no forced kissing, no pushed banter, no forced relationship. It truly felt earned, every scene with them, that their chemistry did build over the actual runtime of this movie, and I loved every second of it. It was one of the few times in a movie where I actually was rooting for the relationship more than the actual overall, beating the villain. I felt these characters. I think the heart of Wonder Woman, as far as this movie is concerned, is the actual characters themselves really bring so much depth and so much enjoyment to this movie, and so much excitement and humor and heartbreak towards the end of this movie, but it was done tremendously well. I'm going to give Wonder Woman from 2017 an A-. Guys, thank you so much for joining me here again today on my review point. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment in the section down below. Let me know what you'd like me to review next. And as always, please follow me on my Twitter. Yes, I sold out and got Twitter. I know in the last video I said I wouldn't. I couldn't stand and trying to build a channel here. Work with me. So please follow me on my Twitter, my Instagram, and go ahead and share me. I really would appreciate the subscribers. Of course, I am trying to build a channel. And of course, always check out my good friend Todd Reed's channel, your local art dealer. He is tremendous. He does portraits, murals. He recently just posted a video where he shows you how to do art design on a guitar. Go check him out. He's phenomenal. Thank you guys again. Have a good day.